What's up everybody? Welcome back to yet again another Midwest Madness video. Today we're going to be talking about the differences between thumb style release like this one, this is a Carter first choice, or a wrist release like this one, it's a dual caliper true glow release, and why you should use either one of them. Think you guys are going to like it? Stick around, let's get into the video. All right, so like you saw there, we're going to be talking about the differences between these two releases here and why I like each one of them. So I really like this thumb style release. This is personally the one that I shoot. Like I said, this here is the Carter first choice. It's a thumb button, so you set the trigger right here, click it on, and then I've got it set to where I back tension it, just barely have to pull. I have no travel set up on this one. And that's how I shoot my 3D competition, spot league, and hunting. I used to shoot a wrist release like this one. Dual caliper, just the same way, put it on your wrist like this, press and click, turn it till it's tight, and then you're ready to rock and roll just like this. Now this is a great application for hunting. It's what most people use, and they like it quite a bit. The only issue that I have with these is the issue of target panic and the all too familiar case of trigger punching. So that's why I no longer shoot one of these. But with that being said, let's get into the differences of why these are great versus why these are great and why you should use each of them. So personally, I like this thumb release because it allows me to not punch the trigger, which is super, super important. So I have a piece of D-loop string right here. I'll demonstrate on my bow here in just a second, but I have a piece of D-loop right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and clip this release on here so you guys can see the action that I'm using here. So when I go ahead and I get to my full draw, right, I get my anchor right where I want it, which is typically right about here. So I got the string just a little bit low on my face, my knuckle right underneath my ear, and right there next to the end of my jaw. So in this position right here, all I have to do, I reach up, get a good grab around that barrel, and then I slowly pull my elbow backwards until the release breaks off. Do it one more time. So this way I don't punch. So I get into full draw position here. I got my release turned sideways. This is a 3-finger version. I get a deep thumb wrap here. Then I just pull with my elbow until the shot breaks. And that helps me to not punch the trigger. Now you can still punch the trigger with these. You can jam that trigger like that, which is not good. But if you talk to all the target tournament archers in the world, they will all tell you that shooting a thumb or a hinge style release like this guy right here, this is a sear, that is gonna drastically improve your shooting and help you be an overall better shot. The issue that most people have with a wrist release is when they get a hold of it, they grab it like this and they pull back and they get right here, just like this. And a lot of times, most people have these too far forward. So you can see here how far up I have my finger on the release. And they sit like this, and they wait and they wait and they wait for their pin to like get over the middle or drop into the middle, whatever. And then they slam the trigger like that. And being a command shooter like that is okay in certain applications, but it's not consistent. You're gonna inevitably have that one time where you yank the shot, you jerk, you have a bad release, and that is not going to be conducive to your archery, shooting skills, what have you. This is notorious for encouraging trigger punching and target panic. So let me grab my bow here and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so I've got my bow now, and I'm just gonna kind of show you guys how I like to do this, how it helps reduce that trigger punchiness that you see. So when I pull back here and I go to get into my anchor, I'll show you guys right here. So this is my anchor right here. This is where I'm at. So I've got my arm kind of straight out, got my nose right on the string, got my hand placement all perfect like this. So I'm gonna pivot around the target here. I'm gonna get that deep wrap around this thumb release. Then I'm just gonna pull slowly with my elbow backwards until that shot breaks off. And that is the best way that I've found to keep from punching the trigger and to keep you accurate. These things are great, and you can set them to all different types of tensions and travels. I have this set up to where it is 0 travel whatsoever, and it's pretty tight. So if you watch here, this barrel does not move at all until the shot breaks. I mean, that's 0 movement. So like I said, you see here, this is gonna really help reduce your target panic. And it's just another way. If you wanna get to that next level of shooting, this is what you need to do. So I'm gonna get here into my anchor just like this, deep wrap around the barrel. I'm just gonna pull my elbow. Shot breaks off, and it's a surprise. If you see, my hand kind of falls backwards like that. And the reason for that is because I'm shooting a surprise shot every time, which is exactly what you want. You want to just pull on this elbow. I like to make my elbow, some people like to think of the cue to make their elbow go this way laterally, but I personally like to think about my elbow kind of just pulling straight back. So when the shot breaks, my elbow breaks straight downwards. I'm not trying to rip through that shot. I'm just putting pressure on there. And that's what getting that deep wrap around this barrel does. You wrap around the barrel, and then when you're pulling, it allows this thumb to stay stagnant. I'm pulling, and then if your shot's not, I like to keep my ring finger pretty tight on here. That way it doesn't slip forward and I lose that tension on my barrel here. So I like to keep this pretty tight, get that deep thumb wrap, and just pull, while also, it's not really a push-pull, but I'm holding consistent forward pressure with my palm on the bow. So I'm pushing, and I'm pushing that elbow backwards at the same time, just like this. I'm holding, boom, and then it breaks off. My elbow goes backwards, the bow recoils in my hand, and I grab it. So that is how I do it personally. These wrist releases make it super, super easy for you to get a light wrap around the trigger like this on your fingertip, and your finger is so punchy right here that it will almost always cause you to punch the trigger, and then you'll have bad shots and bad results because of it. So that is a short, quick video on why I think the thumb style release or a hinge style release is the best possible release to use and the best possible release to improve your shooting if you're looking to get into 3D archery or just be a better overall shot out there in the woods. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment, maybe your favorite thumb style release down in the comments, and maybe we'll do a review of your favorite ones if you liked it. But thank you guys for watching. We will catch you on the next video. Peace.